Hey guys, Alan Hain here once again with another lawn tip. So let's talk about how much fertilizer do I put on the lawn? This is one of the biggest questions that I get from homeowners, and there's a reason why. It's very important because if you put down too much fertilizer, you can actually damage your lawn. You can push overgrowth. You can cause all kinds of problems in the root system and even hurt your soil. However, if you don't put enough down, you're probably not going to get the benefit that you need to be getting, and you'll probably give up and say, man, my lawn's just terrible. The first thing I'm going to tell you is I recommend you use an organic fertilizer. Now, there's a lot of reasons to use organics in your lawn. For terms and purposes of this video, the reason is because of fudge factor. There's a lot bigger room for mistakes with organics than there are with some of their synthetic partners. A lot of people think it's really easy to fertilize. You just flip the bag over and you look at the settings for the spreader that are listed on the back of the fertilizer you buy. The problem with that is maybe you don't have the kind of spreader that they list, or secondly, because they're homeowner type spreaders, their adjustments are off. Maybe it wasn't adjusted properly in the beginning, it's not calibrated right, or it's just come loose over the years. So we really use that as a guide, we use that as a starting point, but what we still need to understand is when we're done, did we put down the right amount? So you'll see here that my neighbor decided he was going to fertilize his back lawn. So what did we do? We got out the old lawn tape. Let's measure the length and the width of the lawn area we're going to treat. Obviously this is not my lawn, it's my neighbor's, and you can see he definitely needs to get some fertilizer down. So we measured length and width and we came out with 75 feet by 50 feet. Giving us a total square footage of this area, 3,750 square feet. Once we have our square footage, in this case we're at about 3,750 square feet, we now know how much of an area we need to cover. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our bag of fertilizer and we're going to look for two things. The first thing we're going to look for is how many square feet does the bag cover, and in the case of this Milorganite, 2,500, and then how many pounds is the bag? This bag is 36 pounds. Now we can figure out how many pounds per 1,000 square feet we need. So we take 36 pound bag divided by 2.5 because it's a 2,500 square foot bag, and that gives us 14.4. So we need to apply 14.4 pounds of fertilizer for every 1,000 square foot of lawn area. As you remember, our lawn area is 3,750 square feet, or 3.75 thousandths. So that way we take 3.75 times 14.4 pounds per 1,000 square feet, and we get 54 pounds. So that means we need 54 pounds of Milorganite in order to treat this lawn properly. If you're following along and you're more advanced, you'll see that this is going to give us about 3/4 pounds of nitrogen for this one application. So let's do another example on a more common fertilizer. Let's use Scott's Weed and Feed, which is a synthetic blended fertilizer. So we see this particular bag will cover 15,000 square feet, and we see that it weighs just about 43 pounds. You can go ahead and round, you'll be fine. So we take the 43 pounds and divide that by the 15, which is 15 1,000 square foot areas. So 43 divided by 15 gives us 2.86 pounds of Scott's Fert for every 1,000 square foot of lawn. But again, go ahead and make it simple on yourself and round it to 3 pounds for every 1,000 square foot of lawn space. So using our same lawn here at 3,750 square feet, we need 11.25 pounds of Scott's Weed and Feed to get down a proper feeding. Again, 3.75 times that 3 pounds per 1,000 is going to give us 11.25. And for those of you that are more advanced, this is going to give you just under 1 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. In another video, we're going to talk about techniques and how you need to understand how to actually apply the fertilizer and then how that equates to how much you're putting down. But for right now, I just wanted you to get the basics down. Understand how much fertilizer you need to put down on the lawn by looking at the labeling and looking at the size of the bag and the square footage that it covers. I hope this has helped you. I'm Alan Hain with another lawn tip. We'll see you later.